I hope it's soon. I say better leaving, better leaving, better leaving, better leaving.
Appalled when they see and hear this. They are also afraid. They are afraid that they may be forced to teach concepts that go against their conscience because they believe these concepts are harmful to children. They are afraid that if they refuse to use non-binary neutral pronouns suggested in the framework, such as they, them, or theirs, they could be accused of discrimination and lose their jobs. Reject the framework will save teachers' jobs. Thank you.
You're going to say that, but what about the children?
Stephanie Yates, mother of three.
That's your job, saving the children.
One of you is fit to have
What you mean?
saying in a child you should not have any contact with a child. Why? Child pornography. Can you show them, please? Child pornography, adult pornography. You think it's fit to teach our children fisting, where you insert your fist in somebody's anus or vagina? You think body fluid and blood play. Some people enjoy any number of body fluids sexually: ejaculate, vaginal fluids, menses, which is periods, urine, or blood. They may simply enjoy tasting, feeling, or smelling them during sexual activities. Maybe you guys want to do that, but not with our kids. You think it's funny? We don't think it's funny. We have a whole group of parents out here that say it's not funny, and that's why you're even talking.
See, so she's saying that this is what they putting in the new books. You know, when I was going to school, it was just basically you reach puberty, grow a little hair around your penis or vagina, and you have a few wet dreams, and wait till you get 18 to have kids. Call it a day. Now they got all of this old crazy ass. They didn't add it in this. All the rest of this crazy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? The little Nas effect, they done added in all the little Nas effect where they selling Satan tennis shoes and all that now. They got Satan in sex education books. And the problem is, they say that motherfucker, they getting the F in English, getting the F in math, getting the F in getting a job, getting the F in education. But y'all want to get an A in sexual education? Y'all want to put all this money behind educating these kids how to drink some urine, how to drink some blood, how to turn into Count Dracula. And that's what these people are saying. That's what these parents are saying at these meetings about the books, all of the stuff that they putting in these books that these kids is reading. And they saying, why you ain't teaching them how to get a job? They don't need to know all of this stuff, man. They too young. Why you messing up their mind like this? Why you rushing them? Basically, why you rushing them? You acting like you want something to happen to them. You want them to do all this stuff in these books that you giving them. You teaching them how to do all this stuff.
About removing these books, but the fact that you even decided to have these books and think it was okay for our kids, that's not okay. We reject the California time.
Yeah, remove the books. What, is he blind?
Matthew McReynolds, senior staff attorney at the Pacific Justice Institute, in strong opposition to the framework. I would direct you to the letter that we sent to the state board in January, which has
he sent it, but he can't see it.
Citations of what we oppose. 2 points in particular. 1, don't give free advertising to the ACLU and Planned Parenthood in our framework. 2, don't confuse students and teachers about the important concept of abuse by lumping spiritual abuse, technological abuse, and financial abuse in with physical and sexual abuse. Thank you.
So he wrote the book, so you know he can't even see, so you know what's happening. And he telling them, don't even read, don't even think about shit, be blind like me.
Hi, my name is Thomas Coda. The Healthy Education Framework is a document of indoctrination into sexual education, not education. At a time where California schools, K-12 or K through 12, are ranked in the lowest in our nation in reading, writing, math, and science, We're going to be the leaders in sexual education. We failed our... My name is Thomas Coda. The Healthy Education Framework is a document of indoctrination into sexual education, not education. At a time where California schools, K-12 or K through 12, are ranked in the lowest in our nation in reading, writing, math, and science, we're going to be the leaders in sexual education.
Why
We
not?
failed our children in educating, read and write.
Cheers.
We need to do that first. The Institutional Quality Commission failed to address
Come to the end of
thousands
the road.
of parents' concerns
Keep
about
blaming the people instead of the system. I told you. That's what this is an example of. It's just only going to get worse and worse. Give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. And keep on blaming it. So I think everybody bullshitting anyway. They know this shit is going down. And they just pretending and just watching it go down and pretending like they don't want it to go down. But if they didn't want it to go down, it wouldn't be going down. Hell, how these people putting all kind of pornos in the textbooks in the sex education classes, drinking blood and all that. You heard them drinking blood and all kind of shit. Putting your fists up somebody's booty, all kind of shit. Man, come on, this little Nas effect. You heard him. A little Nas effect.
we're going to be the leaders in sexual education.
And
We failed our children in educating, read and write. We need to do that first.
why
The
not?
Institutional Quality Commission failed to address thousands
Welcome
of
to the-
parents' concerns about the framework, about the material in the framework, about the
Welcome to the
content.
party.
They just omitted it, but yet they accepted a lot of the LGBT comments.
Uh-oh. The little
Please,
Nas
do not
effect.
be a party to committing to our students to failure, to sexual indoctrination, and to promoting
Time.
unhealthy choices.
Time.
Hi, my name is Heather Gibson, and I have a 7-year-old child. The paper that you received is a book that was recommended for removal. It's called Changing You. But this book, the stork was not recommended for removal. This shows a picture of a man and a woman on top of each other, and it says, the man and the woman get so close to each other that the man's penis goes inside a woman's vagina. Why does my 8-year-old need to know that? She does not need to know that, especially from school. Here, it shows a girl checking out her own genitals. This is pornography. I do not approve of this. My daughter does not need to see cartoon pornography. Here is another picture of a boy checking out his parts. It shows an uncircumcised penis and a circumcised penis.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
Welcome to the future, LGBT.
My children
Little
should
Nas
not have
effect.
to be subject to these kinds of
Little
materials in
Nas.
school. I can discuss things with my children when they're ready.
Yes.
And as I feel that as a parent, that is my right. Sex should be
Time.
at home.
Sex should be trained at home, taught at
Hello,
home.
my name is Kelly, and I'm
When,
from Monterey
bitch, stop
County,
lying.
and I'm here today as a
That's
parent.
the problem. They say sex ain't being taught at home, bitch, so we got to teach it to the kids. Because you motherfuckers is definitely not teaching these motherfuckers shit. And we need to lock their ass up a little quicker so we can get this shit over with, right? Because they know they're going to have more problems once they teach them all this little Nas effect shit. Nigga, they're going to be full, huh? The little baby penitentiaries going to be full in them at them little public schools, nigga. They trying to fill them up for attended by 2050, 2030. They trying to fill them up.
Parent,
2030.
and just wanted to share with you, I'm glad you are taking this book by Heather Carina, and you're recommending that come out of the framework. You have a piece of paper here that I've provided. On chapter 6 of the framework, it went into BDSM. It goes into other topics
The
like
BDSM,
sex toys,
man.
body fluid, or blood play.
You
And
got sex toys for 6 years old, 6-year-olds. So who they gonna turn out? You know what I mean? They can't with each other, nigga. And then, I mean, shit. Is it a crime? 2 6-years-olds to have sex with each other? I mean, goddamn, what's going on here, bartender?
A
They
whole slew of
inventing
other
inmates.
topics, and this is not something that encourages professionalism among our students. I would also say, when Planned Parenthood came into my high school health class, they introduced themselves and they said, if you haven't had sex yet, you will while you're in high school. And
this is Planned Parenthood. What the fuck? Nigga, wait, well, who the fuck is doing the planning and where's the parents? I thought the parents was at home. Oh, this is a teacher that they brought to the school and got the teacher. She's the planner. Well, why'd this happen? They got a teacher at your school planning your parenthood, planning for you to have some kids, planning for you to have some sex, planning for you to do all these things, and telling you how to do it and how they want you to do it. Who's making all these plannings? And then even writing up textbooks for you to read to follow the instructions.
I don't think that belongs in our schools. I had a very negative impression when they came into my high school freshman health class. And I would hope they wouldn't be so heavily involved at this California Department of Education, because the message...
Education, not education. At a time where California schools, K-12 or K through 12,
You have a piece of paper here that I've provided. On chapter 6 of the framework, it went into BDSM. It goes into other topics like sex toys, body fluid, or blood play, and a whole slew of other topics.
I don't
and
even know what that
this
shit
is. Not,
You think the kids don't know what that shit is? Blood play and BDSM and shit. I mean, I could look it up if I was interested, but I mean, I ain't looking it up, and ain't nobody else looking it up, so why they teaching the kids that shit? I don't
something that
even know what
encourages
that shit is.
professionalism among our students. I would also say, when Planned Parenthood came into my high school health class, they introduced themselves and they said, if you haven't had sex yet, you will while you're in high school. And I don't think that belongs in our schools. I had a very negative impression when they came into my high school freshman health class. And I would hope they wouldn't be so heavily involved at this California Department of Education, because the message that they gave me was a disservice. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Donna, and I'm from Monterey, California. I previously was a science teacher, middle school science teacher, and then ended up teaching biology at high school, and became a high school counselor. But more importantly, I'm a mother of a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old daughter. And I just come humbly asking you to please just consider to leave so many of these issues my son and daughter, they just want to play.
She's like a ventriloquist. I can't even see her lips moving, but I hear voice coming out of her mouth.
They don't know and understand. They don't even have the comprehension to even understand so many of the things that are going to be presented into the kindergarten level. I mean, I know my son and daughter. I know high school students. I know middle school students, because I've taught and counseled so many of them in the United States as well as in London. And kids are kids. We're all over the world. In the United States, they just want to play and just let their innocence stay. I just come humbly asking you to honestly just reject the framework and just let us parents be parents, to teach our own children about kindness and respect.
Time.
Everybody, thank you.
Linda Cohn, retired teacher, 32 years, former debate coach. I fought Common Core, but you were too powerful, plus we had the race to the top monies. I tried to stop the data mining, but with ESSA and MTSS now, there's just too much money to be made in education. I'm trying now to stop Castle and the framework that it has of the victim-oppressor philosophy. But that's their agenda, and that's intersectionality for us. And now we have the framework. What more can I say? I know you're probably going to adopt this, and nothing I can say will stop you. But I can tell you, with the agenda that you have, the power that you have, and the money that you have, the only thing that is going to stop you is the power of the voting public. And if that won't stop, we still have one trump card, our children. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon, Madam President and Board of Education. My name is Mary Chavez. I'm a parent, a grandparent, and a school library and media assistant in Montebello Unified, which is in LA County. I was school age in the 1960s. I thought God made a mistake. I thought I was supposed to be a boy. Why did I think that? Because I liked doing yard work. I liked that push mower. You pushed it and brought it back, and it would spin. And
Oh,
it was,
you had a
to me, it was
father,
a great
lady.
technology
That's
for
why
that
the
age.
fuck you that.
And
Your
so
fucking mama wasn't taking you how to, teaching you how to mow no lines. Thought you was a boy because you was hanging around your daddy.
Hormones, which are known to cause infertility.
Stop
I would not
fucking
be able to
lying.
be the mother of 5 wonderful children. And
Stop lying. You thought you was a boy because you had a daddy and you seen him mowing the lines. Motherfucker, if you didn't have a lawnmower, you wouldn't have been able to mow no lines. So stop that. I had a hormone problem, so I automatically started mowing lawns. You a damn lie. Your mama didn't take you out there to mow no lawns. Your daddy did. So stop lying. You had a mind because you probably had, I ain't gonna say penis envy or nothing, because you wanted to be a man or something. That was in your mind. That wasn't in your education, nigga. That's just what you would. That's probably what you was around.
and 4 awesome grandchildren whom bring such joy to my life. Please listen to this verse.
Time.
Time. Get that bitch out of here. Get your ass out of here. I wanted to be a man. Please don't take the education. So basically what she's saying is she approves of the books. She wants them to put all the bestiality as much as they can. Just fuck up the books. Just rip the kids, turn the kids all into predators and sex fiends and shit. That's what she just said. I approve of this shit.
Hi, good
I
afternoon.
always
Honorable
wanted to
board
be a
members of
boy.
education. I am Alexandra Aguilar from Long
But
Beach.
I don't give a fuck if you wanted to be a boy. That ain't got nothing to do with what they putting in the books, lady. They're not complaining about what you want to be. They complaining about the grossness and how they like all of this the gross stuff that they putting in the book. That even the adults ain't even studying, ain't even trying to know about. They teaching somebody some stuff that best left alone. They find that out if they want to. They got Google.
Beach, California. I'm a mother and an aunt and loving friend to all, and I'm here to speak against the health framework being implemented. After reading the instructional materials, but
They
because it
just
made me sick
decide
to my
if they
stomach
want to
knowing
read
that
all that when
perverted
they're more older.
instructions Materials were going to be taught to our children, but I just
Not
know
at
that they're
such a
going to
young
remove these
age.
books. So thank you for moving those books. And I just thank you that because they were very explicit and pornographic, and we had a lot of graphic sex acts in there. So I just want to thank you for your time and for giving me the time to speak. God bless.
Okay, there we go, bartender. Can't do the whole thing, but is she
My
back?
name is Linda. I'd like to address the framework, chapter 4, grades 4 to 6, page 62.
Yes.
The topic of masturbation is introduced.
Yes.
This topic is not appropriate nor necessary to teach at school. Page 78.
Well, where you gonna teach it at?
Again, grades 4 through 6, teaching children
You gonna teach
online
it?
resources to learn about gender
Now,
transitioning.
this is where I got a problem with that part. Now, I guess you can't. I ain't gonna. At 13, 14, yeah, you can teach them about some motherfucking masturbation. I ain't saying you gonna get some goddamn demonstrations and shit, but they got the books and shit. They talked about that shit even when I was 13 and 14. But now, what I got a problem with is this lady acting like she gonna teach a boy how to masturbate. Now, maybe she could teach a girl not to fucking masturbate. Wait till she, hold on, go read the Bible somewhere, sit in the corner, go take a cold shower, and don't ever touch your body. Treat that shit like it was the devil or something until you get married. But she can't pull that shit on no motherfucking man or no boy. And if she do, he gonna rebel and tell her ass, no, 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 no. You might be my mama. You might be able to teach me certain things, but you can't teach me how to fucking masturbate. So that ain't gonna work. That's why I say certain things a woman ain't gonna have no, can't communicate to a man because she don't know. Not that she don't know how, but she ain't willing to open her. This lady ain't willing to open her mind. Who gonna tell him if you gonna tell him? Oh, you 15. Let me tell you how to masturbate now. What, lady? I've been masturbating since I was 13. Fuck you. I ain't waiting on you. I'm glad the school gave me a head start. Let me know what I was doing. So I didn't have a fucking guilt complex, and I knew how to lock the door so your bitch ass couldn't break in here, try to treat me like you treating my motherfucking sister, a goddamn Catholic nun. I ain't your Catholic priest. Fuck you. You want to be a fucking virgin? Go tell dad that shit. That's probably why he's trying to get rid of your ass.
These are 9 to 11.
I don't even know why the fuck you had me kids.
Chapter 5, grades 7 and 8. Page 33 talks about barrier method demonstration using condoms and dental dams.
Yes.
Showing
What's
examples
wrong with that,
and
you
then
fucking
students
Christian?
practice on a penis model. It discusses the use
Yes.
of dental dams for anal or oral sex.
Mm-hmm.
This framework
Just
is
'cause you
indoctrinating
don't
and
use 'em.
normalizing sexual behavior
Bitch,
beginning
just
in
'cause you ain't
PK.
never had sex and you was raised in one of them strict ass religious homes and shit, and everybody was sheltered in that motherfucker. Don't be trying to treat everybody else like they don't have the opinion to fucking not be sheltered and trapped in some motherfucking goddamn religious satanic cult and shit, trying to turn everybody into a motherfucking scared of their body, scared of their self, scared of God, scared of just scared of everything. Bitch, get out of here.
You are
Boo. It's Halloween.
sexualizing minors.
You're
The recommended
sexualizing
books,
minors.
which thank you. That
They should
they
never
are
ever see sex in their life.
Hi,
What's
my
wrong
name's
with you
Michelle.
guys?
I just
We
first
should
wanted to
all
say
cut it
that
off.
This framework, I'm asking you to not adopt it, that this is early sexualization of our kids and is bad policy. It's a state-sanctioned exploitation of our children, and it's about marginalizing people.
Fuck.
We're not trying to, but it's just defending
Fuck
and
them
trying
kids.
to
That's
get
what the
bad
state
policy
said.
that you have.
Fuck
You
them
guys keep
kids.
mentioning how this is for everyone and that this is what all students need to hear, but I'm not understanding why, whether it be LGBT or any other group, would need to hear, need to hear about masturbation. And I'm looking right here at a recommendation that Planned Parenthood made and you accepted, saying masturbation should be included in the curriculum to be addressed in a straightforward manner instead of waiting for the possibility of masturbation being brought up by a student. And so I'm asking you, why is this a healthy subject for you to bring up to a student? What makes this framework so wonderful that you need?
Time.
Because bitch, they didn't even teach you, that's why.
Hi, my name is David Alibrand. I'm a PhD in clinical psychology. I've done gay affirmative and gay corrective therapy for over 25 years. And I can tell you, the only people who support this are people.
But this ain't Sunday school.
All your other medical experts and everybody outside of
This is public school, lady. This is not Sunday school. This is public school.
Wholeheartedly against the sex ed.
This ain't no motherfucking Sunday school. It's public school.
Institutions that promote gender transition affirmations are engaging in nothing less than institutional child abuse that can affect
Child
untold
abuse?
psychological damage on children.
Motherfuckers
Paul's
like you
accused
was
chief of psychiatry.
crime rate is so high.
Medicine says
Who is you, the police
transgender is a
chief?
psychosocial problem and not a
Oh,
biological
I done had enough for attending.
illness that needs to be treated as
The
such.
fucking police chief up here. No, he don't give a damn about them. Fuck them kids. Look, they got the police chief up here.
By all these institutions that supported this, instead of helping me straighten this stuff.
You ain't even got no kids, motherfucker. What you doing up here? Time. Dr.
Time.
Doolittle, get the fuck out of here. Go talk to the animals, motherfucker.
Biological problem. There's a mental illness that needs to be treated as such, and you're not born in the wrong body. And there are tons of transgender people that say, I got screwed over by all these institutions that supported this, instead of helping me straighten this stuff out. The curriculum,
Time.
I got
Time.
Oh, he's a transgender, just like I said. He ain't got no kids. He said he got screwed over because y'all won't let him.
Hello, my name is America Figueroa. I'm a mother of 5. Chapter 1 of the framework states, students will explore and discover their identities, gender expression, and sexuality throughout their education and into and beyond their high school years. I'm a Mexican immigrant, and my culture
Me too.
holds strong moral and family values. We teach our children to only explore sexuality with their spouse.
Amen.
This framework claims to be inclusive, but in reality, it is exclusive to a small community, and it is inclusive to a small community and excludes those of us from cultures with strong values. As a tax-paying citizen of this state, I respectfully ask you to
Why
please.
you trying to tell us anything about having sex, motherfucker? We don't plan on having sex at all anyway. Nigga, we gonna have sex with each other, not with you. And not with all this bestiality shit that you putting in these books. So why you teaching us this stuff? You know what I mean? Your culture, when we already got a culture. How you gonna teach us how to have sex? We already got twice as many people as you got. We don't need to know anything extra about having no sex. Could you please stop infringing your culture on our culture? Could you please stop forcing us to follow your culture and let us have our own culture? I thought you told me it was cool. You could be an immigrant, come here and practice your own culture. Now you need to practice what you preach. Hold your promises to be self-evident.
Reject this framework. Today, you have the opportunity to go down in history as the board who stood up for children and sided with families, or as the board responsible for the sexualization and corruption of an entire generation. Thank you.
Well, who's gonna molest them?
Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Rodrigo Montenegro.
Good morning, I'm Rodrigo
Oh,
Montenegro.
wait a minute, one at a time. Who the fuck gonna molest them? Them books is the only ones who you talking about molesting them and shit. Please save the kids from a life of sexual molestation. Wait a minute, man. The books is molesting them, not nobody. They still kids. They ain't even in that world yet. Let them grow up before you get to talking about please save somebody from something. Right now you're trying to save them from the books. The books is, please, you say, so later you meant to say, please save them from reading this book so that they don't become predators and have a life that y'all gonna teach them how to be these wild animals and shit. That's what you mean.
De una distancia de 9 horas de camino.
I drive through for
one at a time.
I think it's very important to
One at a time. I can't understand shit y'all saying.
Because I'm representing my grandsons. I have
y considero
sons
que
and daughters that are
el marco de
married.
referencia es
And
un
I
error.
think that this framework is a mistake.
Carece de sentido común.
It doesn't have any
Le
common
roba
sense.
la
It
identidad a
steals the
nuestros hijos
identity
y
to our
adolescentes.
daughters and teenagers.
How do you know? You don't even understand this shit. You ain't even read. Who's reading this shit to you? Is it in Spanish too? That's all I want to know. If it's in English, if it's in Spanish, that's cool. I ain't saying that's cool, but I don't understand it. Then it ain't affecting me then. But if it's in English, nigga, then how's it affecting you? It ain't. You don't understand this shit.
Le roba los principios
So,
y valores.
how is you
Y
complaining?
verdaderamente considero que es
And I
un
consider
error.
it is a
Verdaderamente
big
como lo
mistake.
están manejando.
At least how you're managing it.
Espero que lo consideren porque
I
esto
hope you
está
consider
Oh,
pidiendo
cause somebody
traer una sociedad
cause somebody translated to you what was happening. Or you just seen the pictures and said, God damn, I don't even have to speak English. I'm looking at the pictures.
Is far away from bringing
todo
a
lo que
healthy
no es
society.
normal.
Anything that is not normal.
The Spanish pops, the Mexican pops looked at them pictures and said, what kind of shit is this? How the hell is they teaching this? I mean, I came across the border for all this shit. What's going on? Man, they teaching my kid pornos and shit in the goddamn... And I'm trying to hide my porno channel. And they already teaching them in school. It's in the books and shit. Nigga, they ain't even gotta have no computer. What kind of shit is this?
Todo lo que no es correcto.
They got the porno channel at the school in Spanish, nigga. It's in the textbooks.
I hope you take in mind my words.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you very much.
I said the same thing. But the next time, one at a time. Y'all can't both talk at the same time. Thank you. Here we go again, bartender. Another day, another dollar. Faith and educational purposes. what is intersectional, intersectionality? I don't know. But that's what they're teaching in these public schools.
What is comprehensive sexuality education, and why should you be concerned about it? Isn't education a good thing, especially about something as universal as sex? And if you're going to educate, shouldn't it be comprehensive?
Lil Nas effect.
Well, maybe. It depends on who's doing the educating, who it's intended for, and for what purpose. Sex ed used to mean learning about human reproduction and was usually taught in high school biology.
Yeah, usually.
According to
I
UNESCO,
taught it
the
to
United
rap.
Nations
They don't need no
Education,
education. They
Scientific,
got
and
them
Cultural
rap songs.
Organization, CSE is a process of teaching and learning about the cognitive,
Hell, they need education for. They got all these rap songs.
emotional, physical,
dog.
and social aspects of
Do the dog.
sexuality. Sounds okay, until that is, you pull back the curtain to understand who else is behind CSE and why. Organizations like SICUS, Planned Parenthood, Advocates for Youth, the Human Rights Campaign, and others which have motives for CSE that go well beyond what you might think. SICUS, or Sexuality Information and Education Council of the United States, which despite the name is not a government organization, has recently rebranded itself to declare what it's really about. Sex ed for social change, which it defines as a large-scale culture shift. Not surprising, since SICUS was started by this woman, Mary Calderon, who previously was the medical director of Planned Parenthood, a devotee of the eugenist and serial pedophile Alfred Kinsey. What about Planned Parenthood, another one of the big sponsors of CSE? This organization was started by Margaret Sanger, who believed abortion was a means to cull the racially inferior or mentally unfit from society. For Planned Parenthood, using a gender transformative approach, CSE is a means to transform gender roles and advance equitable social systems. Advocates for Youth, co-sponsor of an organization called the Future of Sex Education, sees CSE as a means of advancing social, racial, and reproductive justice and equity. This thing called intersectionality, which translated means victim identity politics, and of course, language inclusivity, by which is meant people's preferred gender pronouns. These are the groups behind CSE.
Zers. Hers.
Who is CSE intended
What's a
for?
zers?
College.
I guess that must be half man, half woman. A zers. And instead of hers, is zers. So that must be a woman who thinks she a man, a zer. Instead of calling him him, her, mister, or anything, call a zer. Or you call him zer, whichever. You make the call.
Students who presumably are mature enough to understand and weigh the implications of such material? Not hardly. The audience is children, grade schoolers beginning in kindergarten with sophisticated materials targeted to each successive grade. From kindergarten to second grade,
Mary got to learn how
teachers
to jack off.
are advised to rely on books with titles like Who Are You?
Mary
My
got to learn how to
Princess Boy,
masturbate.
and Jacob's New Dress.
Second grade,
From
baby,
third
you know how to masturbate. You need to shit. You behind times. Second grade.
Sixth grade, we see titles like Uncle Bobby's Wedding, King and King, and It's Perfectly Normal. By the time kids reach middle school, the curriculums are so sexually explicit, we can't even describe them here. Which brings us to the purpose of CSE. It's hardly a secret. In California, the Department of Education published a 700-page document called The Framework that outlines in great detail the requirements of CSE. From this document, it's clear what the goal of CSE is. It's to promote a worldview with 4 identifiable goals. The first of which is to advance SOGI ideology in all K through 12 public education. SOGI stands for Sexual Orientation, Gender Identity, and conveys the idea that both sexual attraction and gender exist along a spectrum. One's biological sex is meaningless. CSE teaches children to embrace subjective sexual and gender identities, if need be, through the force of law.
Yeah, a cat, a dog, a mouse, anything, nigga. If it can fit a chicken.
The second goal of the CSE worldview is to sexualize children.
Worldview, nigga.
CSE encourages children to become sexually active beginning in grade school. The evidence for this is amply provided in the various approved curriculums. The third goal is to destroy the nuclear family as the indispensable support of a healthy society, or at least the idea of it. CSE teaches that all arrangements and groupings of consenting adults are equally valid.
Peanut butter.
Fourth, and finally, CSE seeks to undermine parental authority.
The apple pie.
Parents' conventional understanding of sex and gender are taught as negative stereotypes and may even be signs of
you have a threesome abuse. With the cranberry sauce.
Parents are discouraged from viewing CSE teaching materials by a mass of bureaucrats.
I see you do it. You
Out the road! Dear! Get out of the road! No!
Get out of the road!
Goal shared by tax-paying parents of children in the public school system.
They ain't got no choice. They don't make no decisions.
Forewarned.
Shit, they don't own. They property of the state, nigga, just like their kids is. Property of the state. This is a revolving door, nigga. It's a rerun. Property of the state. For fair use and educational purposes. Property of the state. Another day, another dollar in your pocket. Carmen's kitchen. What's in the oven, bartender? Property of the state. That's what you're doing. Deer jumping off bridge. That's what you're doing. Deer jumping off bridge. Oh shit. Hold up. They made it the first round. They might not make it the next round because they ain't gonna slow down. Oh, two down. One to go. He made it. Alright, but damn, nigga, that ain't like it. He didn't exactly make it. There you go. There you go.
Oh, shit!
He's all right. He's super deer. He's jumping over buildings and jumping off bridges and shit. He used to this shit. The yards didn't save him for nothing. He was trying to jump over the bridge in the first place. Y'all caught you. What else? Why else did he get his thing stuck in there? Head stuck in there. He was trying to jump in the first.